Skelton 504, take one.
CBS presents this program in color.
From Television City in Hollywood,
The Red Skelton Hour.
Go, go, go! Rah, rah, rah! Ring-a-ding-ding and 6 foot lot!
You're gonna get a crack at college. Pull up a notebook and follow along.
We've got lots of class and we'll make you pass.
If you study our comedy and song, in case you don't increase your knowledge, don't be a dropout before we are done. 'Cause the faculty will be here to see that you master the art of having fun. Our guest stars, Patrice Munsel.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I got one to start off with. Gertrude and Heathcliff, see? He says, I'm going down to Cape Canaveral and become an astronaut. She says, a seagull be an astronaut? He says, well, certainly last week they sent up a cricket. He says, a cricket? Yeah, did you hear of Jiminy? Tonight, our guest star is Patrice Munsel. You know, the opera singer. I love opera, you know. You know, if you go to an opera and you make the slightest noise, everybody turns around and stares at you, you know. But I took care of that. I put the peanuts in my mouth and soaked the shells off. And then my wife, Georgia, she sat on my folding opera hat, and you know she hit a higher note than the soprano. I remember when I was a little boy, we went to see an opera. It was just one of those little companies that played Vincennes, Indiana, see? And it was pretty bad, this opera, see? I remember there was a bunch of gypsies came out, see? And this one gypsy, his name was Don Tu. He was Don Juan's brother, you see. Well, it opens up, he's asleep under a wagon, and the girl comes up and says, are you cold? He says, yeah, throw another wagon over me, will you? Now, she says to him, my, what a beautiful singing voice you have. It's a gift of a bird. Well, I want to give him one myself. Then out came her mother. See, now she's what they call the big prima donna. See, she walks out, she's the old dog wagger. See? The old dowager. Big fat woman. See, she looked like something put together by a committee. See? As a matter of fact, she walked out on the stage and she was wearing this yellow dress and somebody in the balcony yelled, taxi! Now she sings a song and there was no applause, like with me. And anyhow, no applause, but she bows anyhow, so that she's not embarrassed. She pulls up her stockings while she's down there. Now comes the big basso. He's the general. He walks out and he's got on a three-cornered hat and ruffled pants. And with him is his son. He's got on a ruffled hat and three-cornered pants. This kid was really something. You know how they say we came from monkeys? Well, this kid had a round-trip ticket. If you were going to build an idiot, you could use him for a blueprint. Now, he comes out, and he's trying to make way with this Carmelita in the opera. Now, Carmelita is an olive stuffer in the olive factory. Now, the way she does that, she crawls through the olive, dragging her pimentos behind. He says, there's something wrong with you? She says, yes, it's us poor gypsies. That's the trouble with the world. The poor has all the poverty. They ought to be made to share some of their poverty with the rich. She says, I'm hungry and I can't stand to hear my people cry. And he says, neither can I. And he opens up the window and he yells, shut up. Now she goes over to the wagon where Don is, see. Now Don is very sick, see. And the general says to him, I'm in love with her. Now you get out of town. He says, not me. I love it here. I want to stay where I can be surrounded with flowers. He says, I can arrange that too. Now, for no reason at all, in the third act, Don is healthy again. He's running around singing up a storm. Now the general's mad. Now he's got to get rid of Don so he can marry Carmelita, see? So he's going to have him executed. So he's got him in front of the squad, and Carmelita runs up and she says, are you going to execute my boyfriend? He says, no. He says, now get this one. He says, well, what is he doing with that blindfold on? And the general says, he's developing film and he can't afford a dark room. Now with him, up come two other guys, see? And they're getting ready to be shot, and one guy says, hold it! Just a minute, before you shoot me, I want to make a speech, I want a cigarette, and I want a blindfold. And his friend nudges him, he says, don't make trouble. Well, then that was the finish of the opera. That was the whole thing. Hey, you know, I lived in New York at a hotel where they had a lot of opera people stayed there, and they had one service at the hotel for the people. They rehearsed and everything so much. They had a fellow who would take their dogs for a walk. And I used to watch this fellow. So I would like to do a little pantomime now of the fellow who takes dogs for a walk. Can I borrow my hat? Can I borrow my hat?
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest star, Miss Patrice Munsel and the Tom Hansen Dancers.
That's Mingo. That's Matt. Hi, Pancho.
Hi, Pat.
They're ever so kind. They're helping me find my hat. I left my hat in Haiti, in some forgotten flat in Haiti. I couldn't tell you how I got there. I only know it was so hot there. Took my hat politely and wound his arms around me tightly. But I remember nothing clearly except the flame when he came near me. His eyes held the glow of surrender, and his touch, it was tender. And with someone as fiery as that, you forget about your hat. So if you go to Haiti, there is a man I know in Haiti, and you can meet him there, Senora. Just look around till you found someone who has my blue grape fedora. I think of that gorgeous creature when I'm all alone. Whenever I do from down inside there comes a moan. That son of a gun in Haiti has got the prettiest hat I own. And when it's bleak and chilly and life is flat, I think of that Haitian dilly and think I'd better go get my hat. His looks were so strangely exciting, and his lips so inviting, that with all of the smooching we did, I suppose I'd flip my lid if you should go to Haiti. Look up that man I know in Haiti. You'll have a lovely time, Senora, when you return to the city. Please show me some pity and bring back my pretty fedora, my hat.
Now, word from... Tonight, Red Skelton as George Appleby and Patrice Munsel in Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wife?
Well, Charlie, business is slow. If it weren't for those two hold-up men, we wouldn't have had any customers at all. Well, carry on, carry on. Oh, Mrs. Appleby.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. And how's your husband?
George? He's got a bad case of flat feet. At least they match his head now.
Yeah.
George, come on in here with those bottles.
Yes, sweetie pie. Yes, sweetie pie. I haven't seen so much glass since I bought you your engagement diamond ring.
George, stop mumbling. If you've got something to say, speak out. After all, this is a democracy.
I know, sweetie, but in our house, you are Lyndon and I'm Hubert.
I can't trust you to do anything. You're 10 bottles short.
Well, what are these, Chinese fingernails?
Oh, I'll return the bottles. Ugh, if I could only get a nickel back on you.
Now I know why they call them pop bottles.
Call the manager and get the money back for the bottles, George.
Say, sir. Too soon. Oh. I'm sorry.
You should be. 6 broken bottles.
5 broken bottles. Oh!
6.
It's over here.
Come on, George. I haven't got all day.
Oh, good. Break that bottle and all over my new head, too. Don't walk around out there in your bare feet, kids. Here you go. Load them up there. Hurry, nobody's looking at it, girl. Hey, good. Why are you buying all the the doggy food? Well, we don't have a doggy.
What do you think's been in that meat pie I've been serving you?
No wonder I've been chasing cars. Last night I treated a cat.
Now, George, you pick up a nice, ripe honeydew melon, and I'll get some olive oil.
Oh, I didn't know our olives needed oiling. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I feel like a masseur in a Turkish bath. By gum. Why, this one must have just come off the tree. It's still warm. Must be a peach. It's got a little fudge on it. I better weigh it and see how much it costs.
Hey, that's mine.
Huh?
Oh, let me go.
Oh, I saw you first. Well, go. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, really?
You think so, huh? You'd better wear a hat, buddy, or you're going to wind up in somebody's fruit salad.
George?
Yeah?
Remind me to get some ant powder.
Why? Why ant powder? Has Andy got diaper rash? Why did you kick me twice?
I owed you one for that crack about the olive oil.
Boy, I'll tell you, you ain't kidding with them shoes, are you? You probably have to back out of a room to admire the rug. Now, you know, if I wasn't chicken, I'd take a swing at your noggin.
What was that, George?
I said the chicken a la king is quite a bargain.
It says here if the cans are dented, they're 5 cents cheaper.
Really? Too bad none of them are dented.
Take off your hat, George.
Why, is a flag passing by? Shandu. The Hummer. There must have been a flag passing by, because I just saw 50 stars there.
Are these eggs fresh?
I don't know. They didn't say anything to me.
Well, George, they're too small. Now, I want them larger.
Well, what do you want me to do, run them through the hen again?
Take the biggest ones out of each carton.
Okay, I'll tell you, this kind of work is a pain in the neck. I'll tell you that. That's the first time I ever saw an incubator with a bare midriff. She looks like page 22.
Anything I can do for you, sir?
No, there's some things some fellas have to do for themselves. Boy, imagine all of that and trading stamps, too. Meet me at the melon counter, baby.
Clara's little Georgie loves shortening breadsticks.
Well, don't stand there. Call up Disney and get me a part.
I'll teach you to stare at strange women.
You don't have to. I know how.
Make me do.
I'll
Spend
help
the
you.
money. Help me
I'll
pick up
get it
the
up,
thing.
sweet. I'm sorry, Clara. I'm sorry, Clara.
That's all right.
Yeah, it is?
Accidents will happen.
They will?
Oh, it was all my fault.
Are you all right, Clara?
Clara? Who's Clara?
Her old army injuries come back. Amnesia. She can't remember her name. You don't know who you are, huh? No, I'll tell you, this is one of the most horrible, terrible, wonderful strokes of luck that's happened to me.
Do we know each other, sir?
Certainly. I'm Mr. Appleby, and you're my maid.
Your maid?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, Mr. Appleby.
It's her old army injury.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes, Bridget. Yeah. Once around the cornflakes and then home. There we go. Take me home, everybody.
You know, it was the first time we ever played poker at Appleby's house.
Before Clara got amnesia, she wouldn't let us in the house.
Now that she thinks she's the maid, George is really living it up.
She wouldn't even let George smoke a cigar in the house. Yeah.
I never light them. They last longer.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
Can we help you clean up?
No, I got a maid to clean up. You guys help me dirty. Come on, spill something. Spill something. Don't just sit around. Hey, maid! Maid! Oh,
Yes,
maid!
master? What do you want, Mr. Appleby?
How dare you address me without bowing? Oh, the help you get these days. Now, while you're down there, pull up your socks. And lower, 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 lower. Now inhale and vacuum the rug.
Mr. Appleby?
What is it, Toulouse?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm so tired my tongue is hanging out.
Well, ring it out and we'll do the windows. Let's get all those little gems in, you know. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, sir,
Yeah?
I'd like to speak to you about the ceiling in my room.
What about it?
I'd like to have one. It makes me nervous sleeping in the driveway.
I meant to talk to you about that. You must learn to sleep with your mouth closed. I'm getting teeth mark on the tires. Now, tidy up, tidy up, tidy up. Fellas, don't forget, tomorrow night.
So long, George. You know, you still remain happy even though you're married.
Yeah, I got a sleep-in maid and a drop-out wife. See you now. Come on now. What's that noise?
Oh, that's the plumber fixing the garbage disposal.
What's wrong? Is it coughing up your cooking again?
Speaking of the plumber, may I go to the beauty parlor?
Why, can't the plumber fix your face here?
Oh, Mr. Appleby, it's so much fun working here even though you're not paying me anything.
Well, it's worth every cent of it.
Tell me again, how do you get the Peace Corps to assign me here?
Influence. I've known Sergeant Shriver ever since he was a PFC. Now, run along to the beauty parlor and see if they can take the challenge. Sloppy cake. I tell you, boy, 2 days and my wife Clara still thinks she's the maid. I wonder how long I can milk her amnesia. Come here.
Oh, hi, Mr. Appleby. I'm the plumber. Well, here's the bill. You can mail us a check.
Okay, Dirty Charlie. Fine way to dress on a soap program, I'll tell you that. Oh, the Overcharged Plumbing Company. The address 2 steps ahead of the Better Business Bureau.
I hope I ain't talking out of turn, Mr. Appleby, but that maid of yours sure is pretty.
Well, after looking at a clogged-up drain all day, I suppose anything looks good.
All right, if I come by sometime and take her for a walk.
Yeah, you got to bring your own leash, though.
Thanks, Mr. Appleby.
Boy, I tell you, when there's no women around, you can tell who wears the pants in the family. That is, the long ones.
Somebody answer that. It may be for me.
Appleby's resident. If you're somebody's wife, this is a recording.
My wife! Oh, it's my wife! My wife! It's my wife!
4 guys with 1 wife, it sounds like Peyton play. Who is it?
It's your maid, Bridget. I'm back from the beauty shop. I just had a mud pack.
Well, wipe your face on the doormat and come in. Oh, boy, that place is dirty enough to be clean. Clara. For goodness sake, why, you're beautiful, Clara.
Clara?
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Appleby, I'm Bridget the maid.
No.
What would you like for dinner?
Oh, just you and a bottle of wine. Oh,
Room
Clara.
temperature?
No, I'm a little too warm for that. I've still got that old spark I kissed and her eyes lit up.
Oh, I'll get that, Mr. Appleby.
Huh? Oh, good heavens, it's that plumber. Here, now, Clara, you cannot go with him. I'm sorry.
You busted my hibiscus.
Well, you didn't do mine much good either.
Gosh, you're gorgeouser than ever.
Oh, well, thank you.
I just come by to invite you to the plumber's cotillion. You're pretty enough to be voted queen.
Just think, I may be voted Miss Plunger of 1965.
Oh, come on now. You can't go with this man. We're married.
You're married to the plumber?
No. Oh, I took the plunge instead of the plunger. Clara, we're married. You and me, we're married.
Married?
Sure, I'd show you our wedding picture, but I used it to clean my comb.
Come on, Bridget. I know these guys with their fancy sinks making passes at the help.
Oh, wait for me. Why should the plumber be the only one with a friend? Imagine your wife running off with another man. Now I know how it feels to be an Eddie Fisher.
I could dance like this forever.
Don't you want to improve?
Gosh, Bridget, you're the prettiest maid I ever took out. The nerve of that Appleby guy calling you his wife.
I want to take a good hit on the head before I'd marry him.
Clara, now you're mine and nobody's going to take you away from you.
I thought he'd never leave.
Hey, Joe, the guy's nuts. Keep him out of here.
If he comes back, I'll break him in half.
Well, it's nice to have a big, strong man like you to protect me. You've got muscles in places where other men don't even have places.
Gee, Bridget, I was wondering if you'd mind sitting out the next dance. I'd like to talk to you about something.
You're so romantic. My heart goes pitter-patter every time you tell me about your leaky faucets.
Bridget, I'm only a humble plumber. Would you mind, or consider me a little too fresh if I gave you a little kiss?
Well...
Well, just a little one?
No, we just met.
One little kiss?
I don't think so. Oh, what the heck? Why not?
What's the idea of kissing me? I'm a married man, sir.
All right, Appleby, you asked for it.
I didn't ask for nothing.
Don't.
You're protecting me. You love me. You love me.
Don't hit him with that. That's your feeling down the drain hand.
No. You can't hit me with that. I've got a non-union head. The 6 o'clock whistle. Now everybody will leave.
Sorry, Bridget.
Bridget, my name is Clara Appleby.
Good heavens, he's knocked the amnesia out of her. Oh, sweetie, it's me, George.
What am I doing here?
You're at the plumber's cotillion and you're my date. Now, come on, baby.
George, don't just stand there. Protect me. Punch him in the nose.
Well, I can't. I'm wearing glasses.
What have your glasses got to do with punching him in the nose?
I can see how big he is.
Some husband.
Here, now, you don't... Husband? I'm frightfully sorry, Mom. There must be some mistake. I'm Jeeves the butler. You rang, sir? Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, talented actress and singing star, Miss Patrice Munsel. Golly, you look a little bustle-bound, I'll tell you. Say, tell me, Patrice, is it true that some singers can hit notes that are so high that only dogs can hear them?
Yes, that's true, Red.
Well, you know, our stage manager always brings his little dog to the show.
Oh.
Would you like to sing for Rover?
Well, Rover's kind of a common name for a dog.
Well, Rover's the stage manager. The dog's name's Willie.
Okay.
You try that. Say, I almost barked myself. That's great. I wonder if I could do that.
Try it. Have a whirl.
A what?
Have a whirl.
Misunderstood you. Me. Oh, for heaven's sake. Me. Give me my note, will you? Give me a note.
I guess the dog didn't like you.
The dog loved it. That was the stage manager.
Oh, Red, just take comfort in the fact that a barking stage manager never bites.
Good. Patrice Munsel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our guest stars, Peter and Gordon, Patrice Munsel, and the Tom Hansen dancers.
Take it anymore. Seems you're acting just like you don't love me anymore. But you know all I wanna see is your loving arms caressing me. But you know that can never be. Don't pity me, don't pity me, don't pity me. I want you to think that I'm alright. Think that I go to sleep at night. Oh, I know it's a lie. I know it's goodbye. Love has gone and I can't take it anymore. Seems you're acting just like you don't love me anymore. But you know all I wanna see is your loving arms caressing me. But you know that can never be. Don't pity me, don't pity me, don't pity me. I said don't pity me, don't pity me, don't pity me.
daddy and mammy standing by. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and you take me far. But till that morning, nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mammy standing
In the summertime when all the trees and leaves are green and the redbird sings, I'll be blue, 'cause you don't want my love. Some other time, that's what you say when I want you. And you laugh at me and make me cry, 'cause you don't want my love. You don't seem to care a thing about me. You'd rather live without me than to have my arms around you when the nights are cold and you're so all alone. All alone in the summertime when all the trees and leaves are green and the redbird sings, I'll be blue, 'cause you don't want my love.
Once upon a time you used to smile and wave to me and walk with me, but now you don't, 'cause you don't want my love. Some other guy is taking up all your time. Now you don't have any time for me, 'cause you don't want my love. You don't seem to care a thing about me. You'd rather live without me than to have my arms around you when the nights are cold and you're so all alone.
All alone in the summertime when all the trees and leaves are green and the redbird sings, I'll be blue, 'cause you don't want my love.
In the summertime when all the trees and leaves are green and the redbird sings, I'll be blue, 'cause you don't want my
In the summertime when all the leaves are green, in the summertime I'm blue all the time, 'cause you don't want my love. In the summertime.
And now the silent spot, starring Red Skelton in A Hot Summer Night. Red will be back in a minute. Skelton.
On behalf of our sponsors and staff, we sincerely hope that we brought 1 second of happiness into your home. It certainly has been 1 hour of happiness for us. So until next week, I'll say goodbye for now, and may God bless. Good night.
It's time to leave the alma mater, so here's a lesson in taking a bow.
You'll be glad to learn that we'll all return
Next semester in 7 days from now. So goodbye until the moment when we'll see you all again. To our friends near and far, fare well, au revoir.
The song Don't Pity Me was pre-recorded. Art Gilmore speaking.